So I reset the trip meter, so we should see this energy, exactly how much energy we're gonna use. Look, the battery is warming up already.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, the rear motor is warmed up.
Yeah,
so maybe we were using our rear motors.
Yeah.
On that big punch.
Well, there you go. Yeah, all-wheel drive.
Rivian says that they've made their R1T pickup truck, all-electric truck, even better for towing.
There's only one way to prove that. Take it up to Ike for the world's toughest towing contest.
Yes, that is absolutely true. And we're towing 9,000 pounds. And at the end of this video, after we're done with the Rivian R1T, we'll tell you and show you exactly how it compares to Silverado EV.
Exactly.
And the F-150 Lightning.
That's a lot of numbers.
Here we are, we're leaving the headquarters in Boulder, Colorado with 99% state of charge, and without the trailer, the truck is telling me 313 miles of range remaining. This is our second Ike Gauntlet with the Rivian R1T. The previous one was almost 2 years back, so the software is new, but the suspension is still the same. It's height adjustable, so actually hooking up a trailer is relatively simple because you can raise the truck a little bit and then it levels itself out, so that's nice. Now, because this is also an off-road truck, or it can go off-road, the hitch is tucked underneath quite heavily. So even though the hoops are good enough, they're still really far under the truck. So you kind of have to get down on one knee and hook it up. So this is where the new software takes over. This is the latest over-the-air update. As soon as I plugged in the cable into the 7-pin connector on the truck, it says switching to all-purpose towing. So there's not a special tow mode, but it knows that there's a trailer back there. And now it will have me enter the trailer here, where I can actually define multiple trailers. So I am actually gonna reset this, and after I drive, it will estimate the weight of the trailer, which should be around 9,000 pounds. The Rivian doesn't know which trailer I'm towing yet because it hasn't sensed the weight of it using its motors, but it's predicting 142 total driving miles in normal driving with a trailer. So this number will change, but this is the initial report it's giving me. Mr. Truck.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have your pen and paper ready?
I do. I have it all. I'm right here.
We're a little bit low tech today.
Because I'm a reporter.
Because on the way down the mountain in this latest software-laden Rivian R1T, it's the new OTA update. We want to measure downhill performance and see how much energy it regains, right?
Yeah, that's cool. I've never been in one of these before. I'm excited.
Yes. So, latest technology here, and we're going to write down the percentage of battery that we have coming, starting the downhill of the Ike Gauntlet, which is 26%.
Okay, 26%.
Okay. And then, this number, why is it snowing?
I don't know. Well, it's an Ike Gauntlet. It's got to be snowing.
91. Can you write down 91?
91 kilowatt hours.
Yes.
Did you pop out of that tunnel at 65?
50, because the speed limit inside the tunnel is 50.
I know.
And I just set my cruise control at 50 because this is my default for wet road.
Now, you know we're in construction zone now.
Yes, and this is my default for wet road because normally if this was dry,
right,
our descent speed is usually 60.
This does look a little slick, and it's sleeting. I don't know if it's snowing yet, but it's sleeting. Yeah, we're in the Ike, but it's not super Ike, right?
Well, it's October.
Well, yeah, it is.
It's not tremendously super Ike because this truck is actually capable of quite a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. What, 11,000 pounds?
Of maximum towing.
Oh, my gosh.
And 1,500 pounds approximately of payload.
And we're towing 9,000 pounds.
Yes.
I would be worried about that, except that this puppy weighs a lot. This thing is 7,100 pounds curb weight. If it was lighter than that, I'd worry about being anywhere near 11,000, but we're not anywhere near 11,000 now, but that's incredible for max capacity. Of course, you've seen this trailer before. This is the Big Tex 20-foot tilt trailer that we use on all of our reviews, basically.
Yes. And the reason why we picked this trailer and this Jeep Wrangler is because this was the exact same trailer we used last time for the Silverado EV and the F-150 Lightning, and I weighed it 9,000 pounds.
Isn't that cool? We're using the same trailer for all these trucks. This is as close as you get as a quick comparison of EVs.
But Rivian does something else new. It will measure the weight of this trailer all by itself.
That is awesome. That is so cool. I'd like to have that. Of course, as usual, we're using the Gen Y adjustable hitch. Powerful, heavy duty, lasts forever. We use it on all of our test trailers, and this is why, because they're Gen Y. Now you got the regen thing going, so we're regenerating battery going downhill. This is great. And this is an all-wheel drive, of course. It's four-wheel independent suspension, just like those last two we did on the Ike.
Yeah.
The Silverado EV and the Ford Lightning.
Yep.
So we added one more to the collection of going down the Ike and up the Ike, hopefully.
And what makes it even more interesting, and of course, like we promised, we'll show you the summary of what happened with the Silverado and the Ford F-150 Lightning, is that we're using the identical trailer.
Exactly.
Right? The same load.
And you know, we're up here where change required by the big boys, and this has snow tires.
Yep. All
terrains. So we're actually legal to be on this road with the trailer. But yeah, this is interesting. Now we're not going to have it super speed going down here because we got traffic all over the place.
Yeah, okay. This is not. I did not anticipate this.
Yeah, well, nobody could.
It's a Wednesday. I thought there's going to be light traffic, kind of dry, and of course it's raining and snowing, and it's high traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
This is crazy.
Yeah, now this is close to what the Lightning did as far as range with a full battery, 313.
Yeah.
And then miles, and that's okay.
It's very close to the F-150 Lightning's big battery setup, right?
Right.
Because this battery is a little bit larger than the Lightning's, maybe. This is my take after living with this truck.
Yeah.
It's about 140 kilowatt hours. And look, see the green bars here on this image?
Oh.
It's showing us regen, right? So it's gaining energy.
Oh, wow.
As we're going down.
Well, that's cool. And that, I like all the gauges on this is so important because, the Silverado EV didn't even tell you battery temperature or engine or the motor temperature. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important. This tells you everything. My goodness. This truckers will love this. It's got all the stuff you want to see when you're driving, so you know what's going on.
This Rivian R1T electric pickup doesn't follow any convention because it's a weird size, weird capability, and it has a very clever app that allows you to do any number of things, including popping up this frunk.
Wow, you make a hot tub out of this puppy.
Well, you could, because this front portion doesn't open.
I know, that's kind of neat on those other ones, that front part does open, and you don't have to lift over.
But look how deep this is.
Oh, wow, it's even got another compartment down there.
Yeah, so you could make a hot tub here.
By golly, that would be fun.
So
we should do that.
So it's not the greatest amount of cubic volume here for cargo, but still very decent.
Yeah, it's not a full-size truck, so how can I have a full-size hot tub?
But it still has not 2 motors. Not 3 motors. It's got 4 motors.
It's a moon buggy. I remember the moon buggy on the moon, man. They had 4 motors too. I thought that was so cool.
This moon buggy has a lot of power.
Oh my goodness. 835 horsepower and 908 pound-feet of torque. It's a torque monster.
But we have to discuss one important point.
Do people really care about the price?
Yes, they do. Because this is actually not very inexpensive.
Is it the most expensive one we've been, except for the
Hummer? This sticker price is $92,000.
Holy moly!
Which is more than the $80,000 Ford we tested, and it's more than the Chevy we tested.
Yeah, that was really close in price.
But the Chevy was a work truck.
Yes.
And they have a less expensive version of this coming out with 2 motors, which is going to be about $72,000, $73,000. Plus, you can get tax incentives because these are built in Illinois.
Awesome. I like the 4 motor thing.
We're almost done with the downhill, Mr. Truck.
Okay.
So as soon as we get close to that exit sign, we'll need to monitor these numbers so we can actually see how much energy we recouped.
Good.
And That actually could be a good performance. Last time, about 2 years ago, we did another Ike Gauntlet run with the Rivian R1T, also quad motor setup.
Yeah.
That was a different time of year. It was a little bit colder, and we towed a little bit less weight.
Yeah.
So we are redoing this test, basically.
Yeah, that cold thing's a whole different world on lithium batteries. Even the cameras are affected by it.
And also, like the cabin temperature, right?
Yeah.
If there needs to be energy to warm up the cabin, it's a whole different story.
Well, exactly. Now, this is the gross vehicle weight rating on this is 8,500?
Yes. So it's basically a 3/4 ton.
A 3/4 ton midsize? Well, what are they on the other guys? What's Lightning got and what's the Silverado EV have?
Silverado is almost 10,000.
Oh, my
Silverado is basically a 3/4 ton.
There you go. It's the big
And
one.
the Ford is just under 85, I believe.
Yeah.
Which makes it almost a 3/4 ton. So we need to write this down. So at the end of the downhill, we're at 30%.
That's the battery.
That's the battery. And then the energy is 83 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
So where did we start? 91?
We started at 91. We started at 26% on the battery.
So actually, we gained about 8 kilowatt hours, 91 minus 83.
Wow. Well, that's
So
cool.
that's a good result, actually.
Well, that's good. So
It's
now,
better than last time.
now you got to decide if we're going to have to drive further to go charge this or go try to make it back to Denver.
30%.
Well, you're Mr. Electrode. You got to make these decisions. I don't know.
I like that. Electro?
Yeah, Mr. Electrode. Yeah, you're like a welding electrode, man. I'll call you Sparky.
Danger is my middle name.
Yeah.
I say we go for it.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to hitchhike back home. Maybe, well, maybe not.
So, Mr. Truck, like we said, this pickup is a little bit bigger than midsize, not as big as full size. Let me drop the tailgate.
Yeah, I want to see if this is useful.
It says, be careful when opening tailgate.
Wow, we missed the trailer jack and the hitch.
So up to here, it's about 4.5 feet. But let's measure the entire distance.
Wow, it looks a lot longer than I imagined it to be, judging by the side.
Okay, so let's do this. Look at this. Almost 7 feet.
Wow, that's enough to do anything. That's plywood numbers. That's big square bills. And between the fender wells, what is it?
About 50 inches.
Okay, that's plywood,
Yes.
48 inches.
And the reason why this extends so much is because it's got a fancy hinge, kind of like a gooseneck almost.
Well, it's a double hinge like what vans have for their back doors on those big vans.
But wait, there is more. You pull this. Oh,
holy cow.
Look at this.
Oh my
Full-size
gosh.
spare.
Wow, you can put a body in there. Look, this is a Giant's tire.
No, I don't think you should put the body
Don't put
in
any
there.
bodies in there.
And then, look, outlets. Here, air compressor over there.
Wow.
And tie downs. Tie downs. So actually,
Yeah, lots of tie downs. 4 in the bed and 4 on top of the bed rail.
so they thought about a lot of those things.
And the lighting underneath there, cool.
The fun continues because I can open what they call the gear tunnel, which is basically an additional storage compartment.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a pass-through like an RV has.
Yeah, let me open the other side too. And by the way, this will hold up to 250 pounds.
Wow.
So even me on a good day can actually sit on this. For example, you know what I love this for?
Yeah.
Like going skiing and putting ski boots on.
Oh, that's good.
Or
That's
changing
good.
your boots.
You can go fishing, get right next to the creek and just cast. So did you open the other side? I want to see if you can climb inside there and fit in the whole thing.
Okay.
Climb
my
all the way
head-
through.
My head doesn't fit.
Throw your hat in the ground.
Ah.
Get rid of it.
Oh, I don't. My shoulders don't fit.
Your shoulders don't. You're not that broad of shoulders. I got to go triangulate.
As always, we're gonna start the climb at 35
Right.
miles per hour. You're gonna hit the timer.
Yep.
Let me space it out just a little bit. Okay, there. Ready?
Yep.
And go. 60.
Okay, it was about 5.5.
That's one of the quickest ones.
It sounds like a jet engine.
Did you hear that whine?
I know it. Yeah, it sounds like a jet firing up, man.
All right, I'm gonna set our cruise control And you know, the only vehicle quicker than that on the Ike Gauntlet, I think, may have been the Hummer, because the Hummer has what, 1,000 horsepower.
Well, yeah, or whatever.
But it's a lot heavier too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's got a zillion pounds of torque.
So I reset the trip meter, so we should see this energy, exactly how much energy we're going to use. Look, the battery is warming up already.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, the rear motor is warmed up.
Yeah,
so maybe we
halfway, yeah.
Maybe we were using our rear motors.
Yeah.
On that big punch.
Well, there you go. Yeah, all-wheel drive.
First of all, suspension is really comfy.
It is.
I feel confident. There's no trailer sway. What else can we ask for? I mean, we can't ask for much more.
Well, I know, because it's a mid-size, it's kind of one step above a mid-size.
Yeah.
So, like, we're pulling an 8.5-foot trailer, but we've got fenders because it's a car trailer.
Yeah.
So you have visibility. But if this was a cargo trailer or an RV, you would definitely have to get some extended mirrors on here.
I would agree, because these mirrors are not really tow mirrors, are they?
No, they're not. Do they offer anything for tow mirrors?
No, I'm not aware of any special mirror.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
I mean, these mirrors are more for aerodynamics, right?
Right. Well, if you're going to tow, if you ever get to the point where you're towing 11,000 pounds, what it's capable of.
With a motorhome?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with a camping trailer?
People are going to pull everything with these if that's what they want to do, if they've got enough charging points around the country for them.
Well, wait, we don't have to measure this.
Why not?
Well, because it's got height adjustable suspension and it always levels out.
So it's never going to squat?
No.
Never have to adjust your hitch for the squat?
I know, that's good.
A little low.
But you have to be careful because you could overload it and overload the system unknowingly. So you have to know exactly what you're towing.
But it tells you what the trailer weighs.
I know. That's why it's so cool.
Oh, well, does it tell you payload weight?
No.
Oh, it doesn't do that.
Not yet.
Well, that's cool because it should, because the tires are right there and there's the payload. If it measures the trailer, it's coming off the rear end of that.
Check this out. These all-terrain tires were made specifically for this pickup. It says Rivian right there, RIV. It's electric, for electric vehicles. Why is that? Because this truck is heavier than most.
Yeah.
And also more powerful than most.
Well, that's cool.
And it's also a Scorpion.
Well, you know, you think about how tall this tire is. You know, like on semis, they have 22 5s, 24 5s.
Yeah.
A lot of that is once you get rolling, a bigger tire is easier to roll.
Yeah.
I bet that fits into the equation on this electrical. That tires probably rolls easier after you get going.
Yeah, and regen works.
Exactly. This is cool.
This is a 20-inch wheel, and this tire is 34.1 inches tall.
That's tall. That's a big tire.
This tire will handle all the torque that this truck is putting down.
Wow, and this looks cool, these big tires. I mean, it fits the fender well. So many vehicles have small tires. This looks monstrous.
Our temperatures are a little bit warm, 194, but nowhere near red zone.
Right.
Our battery's a little bit warmish. Not bad. Let's take a look at the 23%.
Are we going to make it?
It's red. It's red for some reason.
So we better get to the top of this mountain and then, you know, hit the downside.
Can you push me down the mountain?
Well, let's open the moonroof. I'll climb out there and try to scoop some air into it.
No, it should be okay. I mean, we should be able to complete this uphill climb. This is an 8-mile climb, 7% grade. This is why it's the world's toughest towing test, right?
Right.
But these electric motors don't care about oxygen. They don't need oxygen.
Exactly, they don't. Yeah, so are they liquid cooled? You know, some of these engines, like a hybrid, they have liquid cooled. What does this have for the battery, for the motor? Is there any kind of cooling system on it?
Definitely. There's a thermal.
Fans?
There are thermal systems for the batteries.
Okay, so that's fluid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
With coolant, and that's a battery system. And then motors have their own cooling systems, but I don't know a lot about them. I think it could be either oil cooled or also coolant circulating.
Yeah.
So it just depends on which motors they use.
Right.
And they do have a dual motor Rivian vehicles coming out. So this is a 4-motor system, and they have a dual motor system coming out soon. Actually, you can order it now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be less expensive and a little bit more efficient. So
yeah,
that's also available. Mr. Truck, do you want to measure our sound levels?
Why? Do you think there's going to be any sound?
No, I don't think there's any sound in here.
Okay.
Try it now.
So there's some road noise because it was mostly bouncing around 58.
But also water.
Yeah, you got water.
I could hear water on the tires.
And if you hit pretty big a hole, you can hear the dang hitch bounce on these unibodies. So we get a little bit of that. And we are on a rough part of the road, and you still have this thing set on smooth driving or whatever you had it set on?
Yeah, I believe so. So it's got 2 suspension settings, soft or stiff.
Yeah.
And this, it defaults to soft. Take a look at this. They did make this a lot better and more useful, even though that the power is the same and the suspension is the same. They're using all the motors to estimate the weight of the trailer. And you have to drive a little bit because they sense how much power the motor is putting out and also how much power it's regenerating to determine this number.
It doesn't matter the road surface or any of that stuff?
Well, you have to kind of accelerate and stop several times.
Okay.
But look, when I left office without you, I was at 9,000 pounds, which is what this trailer is.
Okay.
And now when you entered, it says 9,500 pounds.
What? You're trying to tell me I weigh 500 pounds? This scale, something's off. This can't be me.
No, it's not you, but we're also driving in the mountains. So it could be a couple 100 pounds off.
Could be. It's actually 200.
But it's actually useful.
Yeah, it's 250 pounds off. That's what it is. But anyway.
And look, we can look inside our bed.
Oh, that's awesome. I love cameras.
Yes.
You know, big deal, cameras.
Mr. Truck, did you see this?
What?
The trailer brake controller on the Rivian is on the steering wheel. So here, I hold this button, and it says applying trailer brakes. So in an emergency, you can do that.
Oh, that's cool. You know, that's convenient on the steering wheel. Not having reached in the dash, which isn't bad.
And search for
or
it.
aftermarket's underneath there. That is cool.
And my brake gain is right here.
Yeah.
So I can always adjust depending on my road conditions, my load, and everything like that. They thought about truck people.
That's good. That manual, all you did is push that, hold in on that button.
Yeah.
And it did a manual brake. That is awesome. I like that. That's convenient. That's fast.
Because your hand is already here.
That's as fast as it gets.
I need to focus. There's a little bit more traffic here. So let's look at our time. How are we doing on time?
We're a little over 7 minutes.
Well, there's no problem with time.
No,
I mean,
no, this much power. Yeah.
There's got tremendous power, and we are down to 16%. It's okay. Don't get nervous.
I'm not nervous because I'm not the one having to walk.
Okay, they closed the tunnel, so I have to shut it down a little bit early. So can you write this down? We used 20 kilowatt hours.
20.
And now we went from 31 to 15%. Yeah, from 31% to 15%. So we really used 16% of our battery, which is approximately equivalent to 20 kilowatt hours. We might as well stop the clock because I think we would have made perfect time.
Yeah, we were actually probably only like 8:05 there.
Or less.
Yeah, 8:05. But
all right, so time doesn't matter because we got stopped just a little bit before the final crossing of this climb. And look, it was working pretty hard because temperature of the battery is about 115. The motors are just about 200 degrees in the front and about almost 180 in the rear.
Almost 180 in the rear.
All right, let's review what happened because Rivian R1T actually surprised me pretty pleasantly.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things about it that I didn't know.
Yes, so on the way down the mountain, let's do that out of our 5-star rating. The perfect score would be a lot of energy regenerated.
Right.
And it gained 8 kilowatt hours, which was the same as the F-150 Lightning.
Yes.
Not quite as good as the Silverado
Right.
EV, but still up there.
I know, that ties it for second place.
Boom. So I would say that's a 1-star. It did way better than last time we tested it. On the way up the mountain, of course, the speed was great.
Yes.
Lots of power.
Yes, you can't not hit a perfect score.
Right, but it only used, well, we stopped early, so we used about 20 kilowatt hours. The Ford used 24.1 kilowatt hours, and the Chevy used 23.3 kilowatt hours. So it used a little bit less energy.
Yes, better than all of them. That's great.
Okay, so by a little bit, so full star there.
Exactly.
Now, suspension and handling, it's wonderful.
Yes, it was, and it's so adjustable. You
Yeah.
can make a soft ride out of it, and this is with the trailer.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was great. It handled great. Well, I didn't drive it, but watching you
Yeah.
you didn't move the steering wheel hardly at all.
No, I was really
yes.
relaxed.
Yes.
We were comfortable, no squat. That's great.
It had all those little gadgets to look at. So many cool gauges.
Now, yeah, the features, right? So far we're up to 3 stars out of 3. The features, the next category, I would give it a pretty high score, but it's not perfect. We don't have towing mirrors, for example.
No, you got to add them.
You got to add extensions if you are towing like that. But all the other features, I mean, even the hitch connection points are decent.
Well, yeah, and this thing weighs the trailer, does all that stuff.
Yeah.
It tells you so many things right at your fingertips. You can store luggage in the pass-through in the middle of it.
Yes.
You got the coolest seats, and yeah, and it's. What don't you
star,
like? Don't
full-
thing I don't like is
just
that
the
it's
mirrors.
yeah, because it's not as wide as a full size.
yeah.
So yeah, I
That's
mean,
okay.
That's probably the only thing I can think of because man, I love the tile, I love the stance, I love all the stuff it does, and that surprises me. And I can put plywood in it. I can put big square bales in it.
Okay, so full star. Finally, efficiency and range. That's an issue.
Range is a problem.
It is quite a big problem because of the battery size and the vehicle that this is. We haven't made it back to Denver yet.
Well, to be continued.
But I would take off at least 3/4 star because 313 miles of range empty, that's not the best. And also towing range was about between 140 and 120 miles. That's not the best either.
No, how close to the lightning was it?
It's pretty close to the lightning.
That's what I'm thinking. So it might almost made second place again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
whatever.
there you go. Currently the Silverado has the greatest range.
Well, yeah.
So still a great score, 4.25 stars. And as always, where can they find you?
Store.mrtruck.com.
And you sell like hitches and accessories.
Yes, all kinds of accessories for your truck and your trailer.
And of course, oldtfl.com as well. Thanks for joining us. We're very close to getting back to Golden, Colorado, and then Denver. We have 8% left. It says 11 miles left, and we have to go 12 miles to our charger. Mr. Truck, this is really tight. What would you say?
Go for it, man.
Is your middle name Danger also?
Yes. Nothing gained, nothing earned. You gotta go for it, man.
So since the Ike, at the Ike we had 20 kilowatts hours we used. Now it's 28. Now 7%. Ay. Partly this is grayed out, so I don't have full power anymore. So I only have partial power, but I still have a lot of power, and I'm moving at, highway speeds.
Well, cool. Well,
I don't know. I'm sweating a little. That's okay. We'll get there.
one way or another, we will get there.
Okay. Mr. Truck, this is quite incredible. The gravity has helped us a lot. We arrived with 10% battery left, and today with the trailer, this truck did 137.2 miles.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
So, I mean, it's great for this truck, but it's not really great. We didn't make it back to Boulder.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's if I had bigger battery, which we'll probably do next year or whatever that is. It'd be awesome.
So there you have it. So now what we're doing is we're unhooking the trailer because we're at Electrify America charger nearby.
Yeah.
And it's a pull-in. I can't use a trailer.
It's going to be years before they have pull-ins, like what RVs have. But yeah, it's pretty wild. That's cool, though.
So there you have it. I mean, it was I think, overall a success. I didn't think we would make it this far, but we did. We did.
Yeah, you were worried all the way down the hill.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.